We are in a 3-part series called The Art of Goal Making. And the reason why we're doing this series right now is because it's this time of year when most people start breaking their resolutions. In this series, I'm sharing some tips that have helped me become more consistent in accomplishing my goals. In fact, these techniques, they helped me go from reading 13 books in 2018 to nearly doubling it to 25 books in 2019. Now, this is part 2 of this series. So if you missed part 1, we've included a link in our session outline. Now, the next technique to help you become more consistent in accomplishing your goals is you have to know your why. Why do you want to accomplish this goal? Why is this goal so important? What would the benefits of accomplishing this goal have to your overall life? Basically, what I'm saying is you need to create a vision statement for each goal. Vision is powerful. Vision inspires. It motivates. Vision gives meaning to the mundane. Or said another way, discipline without desire, desire comes from vision. Discipline without desire is drudgery. One of the reasons why we fail at our goals is because we end up sacrificing long-term results for short-term happiness. So here's what I mean by it. Let's say you have a goal that you want to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning because right when you get up, you're going to work out. A lot of people have that goal to work out consistently in the morning. 6 o'clock comes around, alarm clock goes off, and instead of getting up, you do what most people do and you hit the snooze button. You see, in that moment, what you did is that you gave in to a short-term happiness, staying in bed longer, and you sacrificed long-term results, which is working out. And we know that working out has a lot of benefits to it. But when you know your why, it motivates you and it provides focus and a defense against the distractions that are competing against you to accomplish your goals. And when your why is strong, man, it provides the motivation you need so that instead you sacrifice short-term happiness, staying in bed, so that you can achieve long-term results, working out consistently. So for me, back in 2019, when it started, I decided to create a vision statement for each of my key priorities. So when it comes to reading, here's my vision statement, because you see, I don't read just to read. Let me read you my vision statement. I read not for the sake of just reading, but to help me become the best version of myself so that I can help others become the best versions of themselves. Reading provides knowledge, inspiration, rest, and energy. You see, I know that reading is one of the best investments that I can make in myself. It's one of the best uses of my time that I can have. I mean, the stats, they're staggering on the benefits of reading and how most successful people read consistently. I know that if I'm going to be effective as a person, as a husband, a friend, a leader, and a small business owner, then I have to read consistently. So that's my why. And this why has motivated me to become more consistent in reading. It's been a strong motivator. Now, there's also been one more strong motivator when it comes to reading and accomplishing my goals as a whole, but we're going to get to that next week in part 3. So here's today's game plan. What's your why? Why do you want to accomplish your goals? And here's what I want you to do. Last week in part 1, I shared the 8 priorities that everybody should have. To remind you of those, they're spiritual, spouse, if you're married, self, family, friends, profession, finances, and hobbies. So here's what I want you to do. Create a vision statement for each of those categories. Why do you want to be successful in those areas? What would the win look like? What would it look like to be successful in those areas? Now, don't worry about getting too specific. We'll talk more about specifics when we get into the how we're going to accomplish our goals in those areas. Let me leave you with our tweetable lesson. It's by Simon Sinek. There are only 2 ways to influence human behavior, including our own. You can manipulate it or you can inspire